Hey guys, it's Rebecca and welcome back to Yarn and Pajamas. Today is part number 2 of our Gnome Along, and we are making the birthday Gnome Along by Winding Road Crochet. And here's what we've gotten done so far. We have gotten his body done, and he looks pretty good if I do say so myself. So we've got his little beard, his arms, and his nose on. And today we are going to focus on the hat. So I know that the last time I made this Gnome Along part 1, I was kind of out of frame a little bit. I did figure out that I could hook my phone up to my computer. So I've kind of got that going on, and I'll keep a check on all of that and make sure that I'm not all cattywampus this time around, okay? Okay, so we are just going to go right ahead and we're going to get started. So I have here all of the little parts already made up. I got the little topping. See if I can get it to undo here. Got the little topping done for the hat. I've got the little casing done for the cupcake. I can get it undone here. I already sewed it together. And what else is down in this bag? Oh yes, I got my little heart done that I made at this is from StringyDingDing.com. Olive at Stringy Ding Ding. It's her heart, and of course I will have Olive's pattern and Winding Road Crochet linked down below. And then of course I have the stem for the heart cherry. So that's all of the pieces we've got going on here. So pretty much, let me move this out of the way. Pretty much we just need to assemble this hat and get it on our cupcake here. So it's gonna, his hat's gonna kind of go on him like that. This is called the rough edit. And all of my strings are all mixed up. Look at this. Just a whole big mess. Now, how did that happen? So let's just go back and get like a preview of what he is going to look like. So look how cute. Can you guys see him? He is going to look so cute, I think. Okay, so I did, let me get rid of him. We don't need him right now. So I did follow Winding Road's pattern for the little cupcake wrapper and for the little topper. The only thing is because I had him already finished, I did have to make it a little bit bigger so that it would go around the nose. And since he was already done, I just kept checking it as I went along and made sure that it fit around him. But that was the only difference that I had with this pattern. And then because I made this a little bit bigger, I did have to make the topper just a little bit bigger because this was a little bit too big. And then of course she has a cherry, and I have made a heart that we're going to put on the top of it here as the cherry. So we're just going to start sewing our pieces together. Really, that's all we have to do at this point. See, I dropped my phone here and made a big ding in my little thing. So we're going to grab our needle from our needle case, and we're going to start by sewing the stem onto the little heart here. Making a heart cherry. See, this is where the pliers come in handy at. Sometimes, because these stitches are so teeny tiny and so tight, that it is just hard to get those things to pull through there. So how have you guys been liking making this gnome so far? I really do love this pattern. I am a huge fan of it. I foresee like all of these different holiday gnomes to make out of this one little pattern. And you know what I thought would be so cute? Is because, you know, they're cupcakes. Wouldn't it be cute to, like a gift for someone that you know, like, really likes gnomes? Get like a cupcake pan and make like just a bunch of different gnomes for different holidays and set them down in the cupcake tin. Wouldn't that be so much fun? And have like a tin of like a, what is that, a cupcake pan? Like a, does that look like a cherry to you guys? This little stem's a little cattywampus, but that's okay, ain't it? At least I'm staying in frame when I'm sewing this time. It's really helping having my computer hooked up to, because, you know, I record on my phone. So having the computer hooked up is like a set of eyes for me to see. Okay, so I think that is good enough. So I'm just going to take it down, pull him through, make sure he's nice and snug. Then pull a little bit tight, and there we have our cherry heart. It's all ready to be sewn to the top of the hat here. So let's confer back with the pattern here and see how we're supposed to sew this hat together. Cupcake liner. Okay, so it says assembly instructions. We didn't make the feet, so we don't need to sew that to the body. We've already done the whole body. Take the cupcake liner and sew to the body of the gnome. So the cherry to the cupcake top, and then, so she's saying, sew this to the body of the gnome, and then sew this to this. Okay. Well, what we're gonna do right now is, I think I'll leave way too much stuffing. Okay, so here's the back of the hat. So we're going to sew him that way. Did you guys just hear the train go by? I'm just going to take him to the other side real fast. And let's see. There's the back. So I want him to kind of lay like that. What do you guys think? I think that looks good. So I'm going to grab my little tin of pins. Maybe try to pin it down a little. I don't want to poke myself. Okay. So let's try sewing it down. Okay, what do you guys think about this sewing job here? You think that looks good? I think so. I am going to kind of tack it down on the inside, or like weave it through a few stitches just to help reinforce it a little bit. Nobody wants a droopy cherry on their cupcake, do they? I don't. Well, I don't eat cherries, so. Do you guys like cherries? I'm not much. I like the candy flavor of cherry, but not the actual taste of like a real cherry, I guess. I like the artificial cherry. So I'm just going to run it through a couple of, like weaving it in almost, just to give it a little bit of more support. So there it is. We have our nice little topper for our cupcake. Let's move down some. See, yesterday I was too far down this way, and now I want to be too far up that way. We have a nice little topper. Okay, so now I think that I'm going to do the complete hat like this before putting it on his head. So yeah, all I'm going to do, I won't turn it up the right way here, is let's start by placing it down in. We want it to be in the back. Right there. So I'm going to just give it a nice little pin. And then I'm going to give it a pin right here in the front. And then just sew along through there. And then we'll have our topper all done and be able to set it on top of our cupcake gnome. Okay. Okay, so I just did that wrong. Girl, I just pinned it the wrong way. It needs to go down like this and pinned. I need the I needed the sewing string at the bottom. So we just need to pin the front again. There. Okay, so now we're going to take the pink. Oh no, hold on just a second. I dropped my needle. Okay, crisis averted. Got the needle. Ooh, I'm excited about this gnome. He is taking shape pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, so let's unpin that. And let's just start sewing, guys. Sorry to move you, but I'll turn on some music. And what I'm going to do is the top, that row right there where you done the decorative frost. Okay, well, look there. I'm glad I looked at that. The row right here where you done the decorative frosting, that's the row that I'm going to sew into the wrapper. So I'm going to go through like that and just back and forth it all the way along, just following that same line there, making sure to get both the wrapper and the frosting. cupcake liner to the top of our icing. And I'll just tell you, it's not been really too bad. I have just followed, like I said, that ridge, like right, I call it a ridge, but it's the stitch row where you done your icing. So don't sew your icing down, so that way it'll flare out, you know, like this and be all pretty. So I have just a little bit more to go. Now, I think that this is sewn down quite good for decoration purposes. We'll say that. If you're giving it away as a toy for a child or someone who's going to have it down and it's going to be played with, then I would suggest maybe going around again and making sure that everything is, you know, stitched down pretty good. But for decoration purposes, I think that we have us a cupcake. Oh my gosh, how cute is that? Oh, Winding Road Crochet, look what you've done. I want to make all kinds of cupcake gnomes now. This is just too cute. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to, again, just weave in these ends just to kind of, you know, reinforce the work that we just done. I've had a hard time with these strings today. Just, you know, just a little bit, nothing major, no major operations going on here today. Yeah. We just want to make sure what we did does not come undone. So I just go through a few of these little stitches up underneath the hat there. And of course, I'm just gonna leave the string and let it be part of the hat. Okay, so now we have our top of our cupcake. We have our hat is complete, guys. This is it. The hat was so much easier than the body just because it's less pieces. I really like this hat. So let me grab some fiber fill here real fast. I should have gotten that before I sat down, but honestly didn't think about it. Okay, grabbed me some fiber fill, and we are going, I like to pull on my fiber fill like this just to pull it out and about. And we are going to not stuff like crazy, but I want to get the definition in the top really good. So, and I will just tell you guys right now, I'm an overstuffer. If you're an overstuffer, raise your hand. I can't help it. I feel like my amigurumis are hungry and they want to eat stuffing. And I just can't help myself. So, I'm going to try to even out the top of this cupcake the best that I can with some stuffing. Maybe just a touch more. I'll probably have to pull some of this out, to be honest with you guys. Okay. So there is our hat all done. Let's grab our body here and let's put this down on top and see what is going on. Oh my gosh. What do you guys think? Is that better? I think that he is super cute. Okay. So at this point, I believe I can get away with just maybe a tad bit more stuffing. If I push it real good, maybe help just a little bit more up there. Again, I'm an overstuffer. Probably shouldn't have done that. Okay, let's take out what I just done. Again, I told you, I'm an overstuffer. I can't help it. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to position down his hat where you think he looks best. And then I'm going to pin on. Try it again. We're going to pin it in place. So there he is. And if you guys don't mind, I'm going to put this fiberfill back up real quick. Okay. So the only step that is left to do is tack his little hat down. Now, this is one of the hardest parts for me because it's like I can never, like, I think it looks good right like this, but of course his hat won't stay on just like this, so we need to tack it down. But every time that I do my tacking, I feel like you can always see it and it never looks good. So, and I attribute that to my non-sewing skills. Okay. So, yep, that's the way I like it. So really what I do is I just try to take big chunks, big bites into his body and go along this bottom stitch row. And again, if this is for decoration purposes, you can kind of do it more loosely. But if you're giving it away to someone who is going to be playing with it, then you may have to go back around and reinforce more firmly. It's like, where did that come from? But that must have been some beard. I'll go up through that. Then I go back and I check and make sure that, actually, you know what, this cupcake liner is very forgiving in seeing the stitches used to tack that down. This is going to be another reason that I really like this. See, let me find the camera there. You can't see where I have put the stitches in to hold it down. So that's going to be another reason that I like this pattern right here. You guys are going to see more of these little cupcake gnomes. I'm really liking him. Really liking him. Okay. So now here's what I do with the nose is I like to come up. Well, gotta take that pin out. Most of the time, I just go in behind the nose, but because this cupcake liner here is hiding these stitches pretty well, I'm just going to tack it right down to the nose. Oops. See, and you can't even tell. Oh, I'm loving this cupcake liner. I can tell you guys that right now. But you can see how it's going in a little bit on the tight side there. So when I do that, what I like to do is just come back in and just kind of loosen it up a little bit. Sometimes, you know, I just get a little happy and I pull too hard. So it's real easy just to go back and pull it. You can use your fingers. You can use your needle that you're sewing with. Take out that one. Let's make sure the arms are looking good and even. And I do sew through the arms just to make sure that the, you know, hat stays down. So again, you can see I pulled too tight. Oh, well, my computer died on us, guys, so let's hope that I'm staying in frame. Well, the next Gnome along, I know for sure to have the computer plugged up because it really does help. Let's go back and just pull it a little bit. Let's make sure that everything is how you want it to be. We're almost done, guys. Again, trying not to pull too tight because, you know. And then I know this is about where I started at, so I will go over just one more just to make sure that I have everything done. And then this is when I go back, I look at it, I make sure that the hat is exactly how I want it to be. And it is. I am totally loving this hat pattern. It is probably one of my favorites. So then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take it, run it up through the back here, just so I can tie it off. Well, just so I can cut it, really. Grab your scissors. Snip it off. Fix his little beard. And there you go, guys. We turned a birthday cake or a birthday gnome into a Valentine cupcake gnome. Winding Road Crochet really done a great job on this pattern. And like I said, it is so versatile. I am going to use this pattern for as many holidays as I can. I just love it so much. I really love this, the liner of this hat. This hat is just too cute. And this was the reason that I fell in love with the gnome in the first place. I liked the hat, and what I saw was just a Valentine gnome. So I want to thank you guys so much for being a part of this Gnome Along. It has been a lot of fun. I have had a lot of fun making this gnome and sharing step by step along the way on how I put my gnomes together and stuff. So, yeah. So happy Valentine's Day, guys. And I would love to see pictures of your gnomes. You can email me. My email address is always in the description box down below. I do have a Facebook group. It's Yarn and Pajamas. If you would like to join the Facebook group, and you can post your pictures over there as well. But I would love, love, love to show off anybody and everybody's gnomes here that they make, even if it's not a Valentine's gnome, even if you just done the birthday cake gnome, or you just went full-on Christmas gnome, or whatever you done. I would love to see them and share them with everyone. So please send me pictures and everything. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.